Hello! Hi, everyone!
Hi.
Hi.
To the RedemptionCast experience. All right, are we ready?
I
Sure.
have a scarecrow on my shoulder, apparently.
I was wondering what that was.
Can't get the scarecrow off my back, man.
Hey, that's kind of funny you mentioned the Scarecrow, because there's a scene in this episode that reminded me of Batman Begins.
Ooh. Yes. Well, Angel is very much like Batman, only better.
Except he killed his parents. Oh!
Yeah! That's BA, which is the first two letters of Batman.
All right, Robin, hit it.
You're listening to RedemptionCast, Season 3, Episode 1, Heartthrob. As Angel mourns Buffy's death, he battles a love-lorn vampire seeking revenge for the death of his beloved, who is killed by Angel.
Angel's a vampire who has a soul, and welcome to Season 3. He fights the darkness with Wesley, Gunboy, Fred, and Courtney. Wow, 19 months since our last show.
Not really.
Buffy now back to LA we go. Angel's a vampire and this is his show. RedemptionCast is back. We're really actually back. So listeners, S-O-D.
Fantastico. Brava, brava, brava.
I'm Robin.
I'm Stephanie.
This is Kimberly.
And I'm Illyrio, as it ever was,
Hey!
as it always will be. I'm
And-
retconning Redemption Cast. What do you mean? Who's this Gabby person you're talking about? There's never any Gabby. We have always been at war with Eurasia.
Illyrio has a goatee now. Yeah. Oh, again, we miss you, Gabby. And
Here's a Gabby.
let's see. Well, Heartthrob, guys. Let me just ask you straight off the bat, like, how was it watching your first Angel episode in like years?
At first I was like, okay, here we go, we're back into it. I was kind of shocked by Wesley's hair, and then that was the first thing that I was like, ugh. But watching the episode, I felt a little Buffy-esque, but I'm not gonna lie, guys. Honestly, I'm like, this show is so much better than Buffy. And just watching this episode, I'm just like, oh, we've grown up. We've graduated.
A little bit of a push by the...
Ah! Sorry,
Really?
everyone. Yeah, really.
Was that my other theme?
Yes, it was. It was the NBC Sports Network version of your theme.
Yeah. Not taking anything away from Buffy, because in the end, that was really awesome. However, I'm just like, I'm so much more into this than that.
I forgot how attractive Charisma Carpenter is.
Oh.
And I really hate what I'm about to say, but I have to be honest with everyone. When she said it really brings out my breasts,
I laughed out loud. It was great.
I laughed out loud because I was trying to figure out how to write in my notes something that wasn't just horribly sexist. And I'm so happy that she just said that for me. Because, yeah, Charisma Carpenter is very attractive. I'm so happy that we got some Dennis action. I thought Gunn wasn't too much of a stereotype this episode. It was like he was a normal person. And oh my God, Fred is crazy. I'm so into this show right now. I love it. I'm so happy that we're watching it because oh my God. And it was all misdirection.
Yes.
It was all misdirection anyway. Because Angel, you are not the father. It's something I want to hear eventually.
Oh. Yeah, there's a little surprise at the end of the episode. One that I was like, oh shit, when I saw the credits. I don't know if you guys saw
Well,
Julie
it
Benz.
wasn't spoiled for me because the screen on Netflix is Darla and Angel in Marseille. So I knew she was going to be the episode anyway.
Yeah, when that flashback came up, I was like, oh, thank God, maybe they'll think it's just this. But that's kind of like the key. It's almost like when they were doing Drusilla flashbacks. It's like, yeah, you'll see Drusilla too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Actually, Illyrio, what were your thoughts on Wesley's hair?
I didn't have any thoughts on Wesley's hair. I thought I can't wait to have more Fred on my screen. I love her accent.
Yeah,
is that her real accent?
Yeah,
or does
she's
it just
from
come and go?
Texas. She's from Texas,
Okay.
but and those are her real glasses.
And Amy Acker is in the opening credits.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
I wrote that down. I have notes.
There's
I want to show
a
you guys
little bit.
my final note. Hold on, Robin. I'm going to interrupt.
Oh no, please go
I
ahead.
want to show you guys
Sorry.
my final note. Do you guys see that final note right there? Hello, Darla, and it's a little pregnant
Baby.
woman. Yeah.
So your notes look like Fred's walls. Does it say
Pretty much.
listen somewhere?
No, but what was interesting is I thought she was writing on a whiteboard, and I was like, oh,
So was
Fred is
Guy.
organized.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh fuck, she's writing all over the walls. This is awesome. She's totally crazy. Sorry,
Well, it's
I don't
great
mean
when
to use
Angel-
that word in an insensitive way. I apologize.
She's just having a difficult time adjusting to normal life again.
I thought
Yeah.
what Cordy said was really great. She exchanged 1K for another. I
Mm-hmm.
thought
Yeah.
that was very poignant.
Yeah.
When did Cordy get so insightful?
And there's some good continuity there. Like, obviously, you guys probably don't remember 2 years ago, but there was this in one of the episodes. Fred was saying how she really just missed tacos. So Cordy says something about how they're trying.
I missed that, but I did
Ooh,
write tacos down in my notes.
Yeah,
Tacos are awesome.
tacos are awesome.
There's fish tacos at Fred's in San Diego.
So we have our new cast member, but there's a big change to the show, and that's that Angel is now in letterbox format.
I was going to say, is this the first time it's in widescreen?
Yeah, and they didn't actually start shooting in letterbox format until episode 3.
Oh,
So you'll see that it'll be a little different then. They had to retransfer to the wider format for the first 2 episodes. And
Is that why sometimes when they did the morphing, it looked a little off?
it's either that or the special effects.
Or
I mean,
the
this is,
special
I
effects
thought
weren't
I
that
saw
great?
that the moon was all squished.
oh yeah, well there we go.
So I was
Probably.
wondering what that was about.
Yeah, well we're still dealing with this aired September 24th, 2001, so we're still dealing with early aughts effects. They said
Yeah.
They said we're really happy to do this because it made everything a lot more cinematic, and I totally
Yeah.
agree.
Which
Yeah.
agree. I remember when ER went widescreen, and I was like, oh yeah, this is the good stuff.
So I don't know. Do you want to kind of start at the beginning and work our way through, or would pop around?
Let's do it. I turned into a pumpkin in 7 minutes.
Okay.
Wesley is wonderfully pedantic. That's my first note.
Yeah.
Because, he's wonderfully pedantic. He's like my spirit animal.
I love Wesley.
Is it about the whole worshiping demons thing? Like,
Yeah.
really, what is with people who worship
It was
demons?
really great. It was fantastic.
Where's the payoff?
Cordy misses Pylea.
Of course.
And it was really great because it was the first episode of the third season, which means that there's lots of there's little snippets to catch us up because people have not watched it since the summer was over and stuff, or since the summer started, and so there's a little bit of that for us. I was wondering if they were going to do like a whole previously on Angel, but they didn't, which I really liked because hey, we can go back and look at our VCRs.
And they had a whole conversation about it, which is what I've been telling Steph this entire time. I was like, oh, we can just start right away. We don't need to do it. Because they pretty much talk about, hey, remember when we were in Pylea and you were a princess and blah, blah.
Yeah, and it didn't. They didn't talk about the Gruselog, which is unfortunate. But and I'm happy we got to see Lauren eventually. Mm-hmm. I'm really happy we got to see Merle.
I feel like we haven't talked about the big guy yet. We got to talk about Angel. Angel in recovery here.
You seem to be thinking that because the show's called Angel that we're going to talk about him a lot. Angel is there, and he's himself, and he wasn't there.
I was trying to remember exactly what happened in both worlds, because I vaguely remember the final episode of season 2 when they came back from Pylea and crashed back into the karaoke bar.
Yes.
And then I was trying to remember how Angel found out about Buffy dying.
It was Willow was the Hyperion.
Yeah, Willow,
and then they cut.
And then, But I was trying to remember if we saw him go somewhere, but I was like, no, we didn't. We just, They
literally just cut.
And then exposition scene where they explain everything.
Yeah.
So it's classic,
Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Reference where Angel is somewhere in a mountain, and he probably had to find some flour, and then some eggs and sugar.
And then frickin' demon monks.
Demon monks, man. Come on.
Should have gone to Vegas.
Every time he goes to do some soul searching or meditation, it's actually a demon who's there instead of someone who's going to help him, like the guru and
the Tish McGev,
the Tish McGev, and
who I don't know if anybody watches The Walking Dead, but there was this recent Waste of Time episode with Morgan, and it was Morgan.
I love that episode.
Morgan went to see the Tish McGev.
That was great.
I love that episode.
John,
so good.
What is this, John
Carroll Lynch.
John Carroll Lynch. That was great.
Yeah, they watched Angel.
It was,
Huh?
They watched Angel, the Tish McGev episode.
Everybody wants to know the dude's backstory, but it was kind of weird.
Here's about a show that I gave up on after season 2, episode 1.
I just got back into it.
Actually, I want to be honest. I gave up on the show when I found out that subsequent seasons were going to be more than 12 or 13 episodes. I can't do it. Can't do it.
Can't commit.
No,
so anyway.
I can't commit. That's why I burned through Rick and Morty season 1. Because I found a YouTube channel that had all the episodes. It was fantastic. I can't do 22 or whatever they do. How many Walking Dead episodes in the season?
I think it's only 16
Too many!
or so.
They split it up. They do.
They split it up.
They do 8 and 8. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
now this season is really good.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Now the Herschel's farm was.
This is Herschel's farm. I totally disagree with you guys. I'm sorry, but anyway, can we get back to Angel?
Yeah, let's talk about Mike Massa and his spiky wig. I've missed him.
The big fight in the monastery.
Yeah, he is just fantastic.
I usually really
Stangel.
Yeah, Stangel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the switching between the stunt guy and Angel was not good.
Yeah.
Nah, but
through the entire episode, not just there in the monastery.
It's just a thing you gotta
Yeah, that's OD.
Yeah. It's almost like, yep, there he is. Whatever, he's playing Angel right now.
Yeah. Well, just like Stuffy.
Yeah, Stuffy.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just have to realize, it was 2001.
Stuffy.
Yeah, same thing.
It was 2001. Now I watch Arrow. All these fight scenes are just feature film level. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the fight scenes though are great in here, even though it's obvious that the stunt guy is doing it. I think fight scenes in Angel are really awesome. This first one I wasn't a fan of, but the one in the middle of the street I liked.
Well,
this one
that made me laugh. Not the fight, just that they're like, what is it? Oh, they're going down 6th Avenue, and then they go down. There's all this traffic, and then cut to the only 2 cars in the entire town, and
Yeah.
they're right on their bumper, like they didn't see them. They're like, "Whoa, where do you come from?" Like, but I know it's TV.
Well, it's the middle of the night in LA.
SOD.
Yep.
Middle of the night in LA. You can even joust on those streets if you want to. I have my next point is I love how the gang welcoming Angel home is almost like a metaphor for our return to
I
our
know.
Redemption Cast. I was like, yay, welcome home us.
That's a good point.
So yeah, the Fred scene. Listen for the click in your brain for it all to make sense. Oh, and Angel says something about you don't have to write everything down, and it was like he was speaking to me as I was taking notes.
Yeah.
But I like how they're trying to woo Fred out of her room, and he's just about got her out. And
Yeah, if anybody can
screams.
do it, Angel can.
yeah.
Go back in there and shut the door.
That was hilarious.
So you guys shipping Frangel at all, or
What?
Not
you
at
guys
all.
shipping Frangel?
No.
She's like a little sister.
No. I'd rather
Sweet
see Angel and Cordelia,
sister!
but that's not going to happen.
Who?
Angel and Cordelia.
There was
I could
a
see that
lot
happen.
of touching.
Yeah.
A lot. And I guess it was skipping ahead.
Mhm.
So James would assume that she's
James Woods?
Yeah.
Angel's girlfriend.
Yeah, isn't that hilarious?
James Wood. No.
Sorry.
Yeah, because I thought she was hanging off him quite a bit. I'm like, oh, this is a little foreshadowing, but he had this air about him, like, don't touch me. It's just the subway, you know.
Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah,
yeah,
my
Buffy
quote
just died.
is Cordy sticking her tongue out.
That was hilarious.
So what are you guys' thoughts about Cordy's visions?
I think they will be the death of her.
Hmm.
Mm.
I honestly do,
Well,
because
she
like,
said they're killing her.
yeah,
Hmm.
and they're getting progressively worse, and like they really take a toll on her. She's like debilitated.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
I
having
like how they. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I like how they take a moment after like the team rushes out to fight the bad guys, but we stay on Cordy, who just kind of like falls to the floor and starts crying, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
no, Cordy.
Yeah. And thank God she has Dennis.
I know, I wrote here, Dennis is the best. And a little creepy.
And a little creepy.
Hey, listen,
And then
I
I
can
wrote,
think
I
of worse
bet
things
he's
to
the
do in the
jealous type.
afterlife than giving Cordy a sponge bath.
I can't wait until we watch the episode where Cordy falls for someone and Dennis murders him.
How did you guys
Kind of
like
falling
the? How'd you guys like the loofah on the string?
I didn't notice any strings.
I was looking specifically for a string, and I was like, "This good effect."
I did
good
notice
effect.
how Dennis passive aggressively hung up Cordy's shirt rather than just leave it on the floor. Like, who is he, Danny Tanner? Just leave it on the floor, dude. It was like, no, Cordy, hang these. You have to hang this up. It's like, dude, relax.
And the loofah just seemed to be applying zero pressure, and it was dry. It's like, oh, it's a little painful.
It's a dry scrub first. That's what you have to do, and then
Yeah, do you even loofah, bro?
I don't loofah.
exfoliate the skin.
So we're investigating a college dorm party. Everyone's invited, which is a terrible thing to write on.
Yeah, in her vision, she knew exactly what room they were in.
Yep. Some good visions. We're dealing with visions and iZombie all the time.
Yeah.
Stuff, so it's kind of funny to be back with Cordy's visions.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Cordy's are very specific.
Very specific visions.
And she doesn't have to eat anyone's brain to see that.
Nope.
And she doesn't have to
trauma
and she-
on her own.
and she doesn't have to lie about it.
Right. So we have Super Angel taking to the window. We have I wrote here, welcome back to 2001, and this car's racing along to Crystal Method. Get busy, Tom. Yeah. And this boyfriend is kind of the worst because he's like, you have
Take her.
Take her, save me. She's like, oh, dude, you failed the vampires test. Seriously. And then when Angel stakes her, and then she says Angelus, and then he has that locket, I'm like, oh, is this like a sister we never knew about or something? Or anything? No, it's just turned out these are brand new people that apparently have always been in his life.
Yeah,
hello, Pablo and...
Yeah, exactly.
Nikki and Pablo?
Nikki and Paolo or Pablo?
Paolo.
Hello, Nikki and Paolo, vampire form.
Razzle dazzle.
Razzle dazzle, bitch.
I mean, their names are James and Elizabeth, but I wrote in my notes, lame Spike and Drew, because this would have been better with Spike and Drew.
Oh yeah, well, you're not gonna kill Drew.
We ain't gonna kill
Drew.
I
know, but yeah. This is this episode was written and directed by David Greenwalt, one of the showrunners of Angel, and these characters are named after David Greenwalt's assistant, Elizabeth James.
Nice.
So.
Did David Greenwalt work on the X-Files?
I believe he did. Yeah.
Okay, so this whole naming things after things in your personal life is maybe his whole idea.
So
all came from him.
The guy who played James. What else was he in? Because he looked very familiar, and I was trying to put him somewhere.
He just looks like a generic soap opera actor to me.
I guess so. Yeah, he just had that look about him, that late '90s, early 2000s look, I guess.
This guy is Ron Melendez. He played Jeremy Bradford in Legacy. He also appeared in Voodoo, Children of the Corn 2, Scorned, and The Nanny.
Nothing.
The Nanny with Fran Drescher?
I guess.
Maybe I recognize him from Children of the Corn too.
Yeah. And Kate Norby plays Elizabeth, who was in Manifest and Believe. I don't know what those are, but
Manifest. Hi-yo.
Most importantly, we have showing up to the party Keith Zarabajka.
Oh yeah.
Playing Holtz.
Yeah, so this is the first time we see Holtz, yes?
Yes, we've heard of him once before.
Yeah.
Who's Holtz?
Holtz is the guy whose entire family was murdered by Angelus and Darla, and has been hunting them across the countryside. And we saw the scene that they're talking about, where Angel and Darla are pinned down in a bar, and
okay, in the flashback.
Oh,
yes,
guys, Angelus' Irish accent is back too in this episode.
It's like he accidentally slid into Irish accent.
Yeah.
Well, he also should accidentally slide out of it.
Because they were pinned down in a barn, but didn't Angelus run off and leave Darla or something?
No, Darla left.
Other way around.
Oh, okay.
That was awesome.
Keith, who plays Keith Zarabajka, played Mickey Kostmeyer in The Equalizer.
What?
He's been in wasn't he in
Remember the show The Equalizer?
I don't remember The Equalizer.
Oh, The Equalizer. It's great. Anyway.
He's been in a lot of things.
It was recently remade into a movie with Denzel Washington, but...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But he's playing a character that was an old British guy in the TV show. And Mickey was his sidekick.
Mickey from Doctor Who?
No, the character's name is Mickey.
Oh, never mind.
Holtz. Yeah, anyway.
Holtz.
Whatever. Holtz.
What's
Holtz.
His first name? Is it Steve?
I wonder if I actually I'm only.
Please tell me his first name is like Steven or something, because that would be the greatest thing ever to find out.
Or Stefan.
Stefan.
And then
I apologize, Angel fans are probably yelling at me. I'm looking.
Oh.
He does a lot of video games. Gabby probably like to know that he was a voice in Fallout Las Vegas.
Fallout Las Vegas, two of Gabby's favorite things, Fallout and
Yeah.
Las Vegas.
Yeah. But let's talk about Angelus and Darla's relationship. They act like they can't stand each other.
They
Or-
love-hate each other.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they've grown cynical.
Mhm.
Jaded.
They're very cynical and jaded. And I think it's just a matter of these young in love make me gag. Like I'm totally on Darla and Angelus' side here. Like, go and get a room. Oh, you guys are the worst. Shut up.
Holtz's first name is Daniel. Sorry.
Oh,
But
Dan
you may
Holtz.
rename him Stephen.
Steve Holtz.
He is Captain Daniel Holtz, by the way.
Oh,
So if you want to
nice.
call him Captain Steve Holtz, you can.
To the sea. Yeah. Yeah, it was great to see Holtz. He has like a huge posse.
Yeah.
Like there's all kinds of people around, and they're all like aiming their crossbows, and Jealous and James still managed to get away.
Well, when you can amass quite a following if you like start preaching about kicking minorities out of your country,
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
Vampires.
Yeah.
So
I wrote down here James is lame.
he is, and Angelus totally, plays with the fact that he's all, I don't know,
Love struck.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's like, okay, so vampires lose their souls and they turn totally evil, except for this guy who's just like all like mopey and whatever.
Well, Spike was like that too
Yeah.
for a bit, even before he got his.
Maybe you have
Transition.
to just let yourself indulge in evil, and then you can be
Remorseful.
Angelus and whatever.
I mean, my understanding was that vampires were all about the lust.
Yeah.
This James and Elizabeth couple talking about love is weird because it
Talk
doesn't really
about
fit into that.
love!
It is unusual.
Yeah.
But it's fine. I didn't expect these characters to really stick around long, especially since one of them was staked in the first half.
Yeah.
And then Buddy shows up. The guy who looks like who's that actor
Yeah.
who's in everything?
That guy.
You know the guy that looked like everyone?
He was a cop. He was a cop in. Okay, Greg Grunberg was the cop in Heroes, right?
Yes.
Yes.
There was a cop in another show who looked like that vampire.
Forever Night.
No, never. No, man. I'm not gonna get this, but there's an actor. Anyway, this will come to me later.
What scene are you talking about? Like
When the guy who was driving the vampire car comes to
Before
tell
he
them-
gets tossed into the sun.
thrust
Yeah.
into the light
Direct
of
sunlight.
day.
Oh yeah,
Direct
yeah.
sunlight, yeah, because otherwise he'd be
Because
fine.
indirect sunlight can't hurt him. So
Mm.
Gax.
S-O-D.
T.
Yeah, that's definitely something that was brought up in some of the things I read about this episode. Is like, well, how can you just throw some vampire into sunlight and he just explodes? Where Angel or Spike, they'll throw a blanket over themselves and they'll be just sort of on fire but smoky.
Yeah.
Like the sun seems to be completely unmerciful, even in a parking garage and the
And that
sunlight
was like
coming
an
through.
instant combustion.
Yeah.
I remember many a time Spike would have a blanket over him and there'd be a little bit of smoldering here and there, but that guy was super inflammable.
Maybe he was he had a lot of alcohol in him.
Oh,
Maybe.
Like all those stories of spontaneous human combustion as a result of lots of alcohol and gases in the bodies. Nah, it was just really cool looking. And then James says he wants to die. Wants to what? I thought he was already dead.
Because if he wanted to die, why did he just walk into the sunlight?
Yeah.
If he just wanted to die, he
Then we
could stake
realized that
himself.
he really meant Kim.
Yeah.
But, I
We'll get
mean,
to that later.
it's Angelus. We have to kill Angelus.
Yeah.
Again.
So, a little bit of a context check. When did this episode air relative to the first episode of Buffy's current season?
Yes, bargaining part 1, I believe, was the. I'll double check. It was the night before, I believe. I'm just double checking now.
And is Buffy revived in bargaining part 1?
Yeah, it was a 2-part season premiere, and they aired both parts in the same night, I believe.
Okay. And they were already on different networks?
Yes, they were already. Oh, actually, it was a couple weeks later. It was a week later. It was October 2nd, 2001. So that's why I didn't write it down in my notes, because Buffy's.
This aired before we know Buffy's back.
Yeah, if you were ignoring all the promotions that say Buffy lives.
Yeah, but no, what I mean is, it's
In
not
the
like
story.
they're acting like Buffy's still dead when she's not. Still
Yeah.
dead. Okay, so in the story, she's still dead. Are we going to have like a lot of episodes of Buffy being referred to as dead, or we kind of get kind of a call of like, hey, Buffy's alive now? Or do they just not really mention it because they're on different networks and stuff?
Oh, no, they're all still in the same universe. It's just they don't intersect at all. Do you remember in Buffy that Angel came back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there was a call from a feminine-sounding guy named Fred, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
So I think you see the other side of the phone call.
Okay.
Yeah,
Actually,
like
I can't remember.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
No crossover, but just exposition.
Yeah, I have a little trivia here about the whole breakup between the two shows.
Cool.
Tension erupted when Angel's production company, Fox, asked the WB to pay $2 million per episode for Buffy, effectively doubling the previous cost. The resulting impasse sent shockwaves through the industry, with other networks itching to bid at any side of a terminal break between the parties. Angel became caught in the crossfire. David Boreanaz told TV Guide that he didn't have a preference whether his show stayed on the WB or followed Buffy to another network. If Angel ended up on, say, UPN, I'd still go into work and do my thing. That's what I get paid for. Eventually, after much haggling, the WB did renew Angel and moved it to a 9 p.m. Monday slot. Joss Whedon says, Angel has a slightly different audience than Buffy, and I believe it can stand alone. Boreanaz conceded that having the two series on competing networks would make future crossovers difficult. He says, if the storyline calls for a major crossover, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but I think the distance between the shows will enhance the storylines. And Whedon says, there will always be a lingering tie, but both have to move on.
Okay.
It's like other changes you face. If you lose a cast member, for instance, when we lost Seth Green, you work through it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Why did they lose him? Because he just wanted to do other things?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the lure of the movies.
And we see how great that's worked out for him.
Oh, I'm sure he's doing quite well on that Little Chicken.
Oh, yeah, with his cartoons in there, for sure.
Because, he's
Family Guy.
a producer, and
Mm-hmm.
that's who makes the money.
So, we have James going to see Dr. Gregson.
Well, the most sexist, awful human. Well, no, he's a
yeah?
demon. Most sexist, awful demon.
Yeah.
Should be every month just like a woman. What the fuck was that about? That was terrible.
Oh,
So-
that's right.
Really gross.
What happened? Is he just shedding his skin? Is that what's going on?
I assume
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Because I was like, what? Huh? What that? Huh?
This doctor was played by Bob Morrissey, who you could recognize possibly from the previous season of Buffy, where he was playing a crazy homeless guy that got turned into
Oh, yeah.
Glorious
I
people.
made the connection instantly.
I thought you did.
A crazy homeless guy that what?
He was in season 5 of Buffy.
Turned by Glory, I think, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or
She was
insane by
for
Glory,
she was
or
for Glory.
I think it was the guy that was staring up into the sky.
Yeah. And I didn't quite make the connection the first time I watched this because I was instantly irritated at this whole premise of a vampire losing its heart and then all of a sudden can't be staked, can't be sunlight doesn't affect him, and I'm like, why aren't all the other vampires doing this?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
because it doesn't last, right?
Exactly.
You have to put the special clause in.
He says, "Are you aware the price is a steep one?" And I thought it was just like, oh, he just loses his heart, and that's a big price. You have to get your chest cut open and your heart taken out. But no, he's on a ticking clock. He's going. That's why he turns into dust at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
For some reason, like I always
Which
thought,
was really
like,
cool, by the way. I really
Mm-hmm.
really enjoyed that. I also like the ambiguity of how long he was going to be able to survive.
yeah. It's funny because I always thought the ending was so cheesy because I didn't put the two and two together. I thought basically James is like, I give up and I'm sad and I just turn it to dust because I've given up. I'm like, wow, vampires could do that?
Yeah, but it's that he losing the love of his life. It's just killed him.
Yeah.
And Angel, he lost the love of his life, but he's not going to let it
No.
get him down.
No.
Whatever.
Because, she's on a different network.
Yeah. I just love the whole, they definitely acknowledged the loss of Buffy, and that Angel is basically saying, like, he feels guilty because he's moving on. It's kind of tropey.
It's all right, I guess.
But I think it's...
I'd rather he just mourn.
Yeah.
You know?
And we have, I thought a great discussion, on the subway between James and Angel about, like what he should be doing to mourn. Why isn't he falling over and crumbling?
Yeah.
So.
And then it's like, well, don't be a jerk. Like, everybody mourns differently. You don't have to have all this melodrama all the time. It's not always about the melodrama at all. So. Yeah.
And try not to think of the subway passengers standing in the background going, what the fuck is going on?
Why didn't I take my car today?
Yeah.
Why did I try to be green and take public transit, which is unusually clean?
But I was like, and the guy in the crutches, seriously.
Comic relief, Kim. You need comic relief.
We got some crutch foo, Kim.
And what did he say to him? He just screamed, "Hold him!" And I was like, "What?"
Catch him.
And then I was like, "Oh, catch him!" And I was like, "What is happening?" It was awesome.
Oh, I forgot to mention the whole fight in the hotel. Before it even starts, Cordy's like, "No, I'm not going home. I'll just be a housekeeper."
Amazing.
That's what
totally
happens.
Right too.
Yeah.
She's totally right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't go home alone. You stay with the hero.
Yeah. And then when the fight starts, like, Fred comes out of her room and Angel's like, "Go back to your room," pointing at her. And at that point, I was like, why doesn't he? Angel wants to protect Cordy. He wants to protect Fred. Obviously, putting Fred in her room, he couldn't enter it without an invitation. So maybe if Cordy went to her room too, that she'd be safe instead of chasing with him to the sewers. But anyway.
Why doesn't Cordy just live at the Hyperion? Wouldn't it be cool to live in a hotel?
No, because it's not really fully staffed.
It doesn't have a ghost.
Yeah, it's true.
That's true.
She couldn't bring Dennis with her?
Dennis is like her
I
butler.
don't know if you could do that.
No.
What, like she's going to carry him in her pocket?
No. But I was thinking, wouldn't they just have rooms there available for them just in case something?
Oh, yeah.
But
you
don't really want to sleep where you work.
Yeah.
Or live where you work.
Yeah.
No, that's true. God.
And James would be able to get into any room that Cordy just decided to go into.
Yeah.
Because it sounded like her home that, like Fred, that room is now her home, so.
Mm.
Yeah.
Angel lives there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He's got his own room.
Lorne! We hear and see Lorne!
Oh, yes.
Lorne sings.
His beautiful voice.
And I love checking out all the patrons.
Yes.
Are his eyes redder than usual? Did he have new contacts?
Because his eyes about that now.
His eyes did look redder than usual. Just his makeup was I thought was just a tad different, but very minor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like seniors' night.
Yeah, it was.
That
was great.
I just noticed this sign, and I didn't I don't think I saw it there before. Maybe I forgot about it. It was just like, do not eat the patronage.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen that sign before. I thought it was really, really funny, though. I thought it was great.
But yeah, I just wrote like I just love how fleshed out our characters are. Like just even like how they're reacting to the whole Buffy Angel thing. Gunn thinks Vegas would be a good thing for Angel, and that's just because Gunn's like, dude, bro. And Wesley's like, oh, you should just leave him alone. He needs peace and quiet, and that's just what Wesley would do. And then Cordy just can't help but push and prod because that's Cordy.
Cordy loves to pry.
Yeah, but she like genuinely cares about Angel, and that's just awesome. I just love the friendships on this show.
Merle's got information. He tries to up the price. Wesley pulls a seriously badass move and starts removing money from the counter.
Yep.
So is this guy like our Willie the Snitch now?
Yeah, well, we met him last season, I think.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he looks like an artichoke.
I got a funny Buffy connection with this guy.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, so Merle is played by Matthew James, who was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back as their Shaggy during when Jay and Silent Bob get picked up by the Mystery Machine. So he's in the back of the van as Shaggy, and in the front of the van was Fred, played by Mark Blucas, who was Riley. And the Scooby-Doo movie, of course, has Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh.
I don't know. A train of thought I wrote down. Anyway.
We were following.
Yeah.
Thank you. So Darla, guys, what do you think?
Love her.
Fantastic. Really great. She
Like
has no
past
shits to
and
give.
present. I fucking love her.
Yeah. Really good.
She took off at the end of, or at the opening of the episode Epiphany, middle of season 2. We hadn't heard from her, and all of a sudden she's down in Central America drinking blood and taking limes with it.
She's looking for a shaman, correct?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Probably has to do with the bun in the oven.
Yeah. Julie Ben says, the pregnancy was probably the most exciting development for the character of Darla and myself. Finding out about that was the most wow moment I had with her. We'd always joke around that maybe she would get pregnant, but it was always a joke.
That's what I love about supernatural shows. You can you can change the rules at any time. You can find a way to just change if a character dies, you can bring them back somehow. If you lay down a rule that vampires can't get pregnant, you can find a way to
change it.
Exactly.
find a way around it.
She was human, right? For like 5 seconds?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Yeah, but
just enough time to get pregnant, right?
No, she didn't have sex with Angel until after she was a vampire.
What?
Remember, Drusilla turned her into a vampire.
But that doesn't mean it's
She was
angels.
pregnant at sex. What?
Oh,
It's gotta be angels. It's gotta be angels. Oh no, is it Lindsay's?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's Lindsay's, right?
Oh.
It'll have to come with like a fake hand.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Or is there like a floating light alien that came into her ship and impregnated her?
There's 19 months, right? That we haven't seen them, or is that just us?
That's just us. It's been 6 months since we last saw Darla, I think.
Oh yes, yeah. I would say 6 months. That sounds right.
And she looks like she's like 12 months pregnant.
Got to pop.
She only looks that way because she's a little skinny bitch.
I gotta say, I don't know about you guys, but I remember watching this, and when she pulls away from the bar, and I was just like this gigantic stomach. I was like, "Whoa!"
I know.
Yeah.
Like one of the most memorable.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
One of the
wrote
most
Darla when she
memorable
was just there.
scenes of the series for me.
Yeah, when she turned around, I was like, I honestly went, oh. I think that's the sound I made.
But there is a reference here in the subway car about James says something about how he screwed Darla, and he's like, how did you know? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was great.
Oh, back in the day.
Yeah.
I knew that you were saying that all along. So funny. Yeah, so that guy in the last scene with Darla, when he was bit, that face he made, the perfect thing for someone off screen to say would have been, "Adios mio."
But like, he just like fell to the ground, and all the other patrons in the bar were just like, whatever.
Maybe
Enjoy
that's
my
the
tequila.
Nicaraguan version of Caritas.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm just looking to see if I have any more trivia. It's the first episode. Nope. Oh, deleted scene.
What?
Cordelia continues to ramble on after making her comments on the significance of Elizabeth's still wearing James's necklace after 200 years in lines of dialogue cut due to length. She said, "You see me wearing Kurt Eisenthorpe's football ring or Xander's meat medallion?" All three men look at her. Gunn turns to the guys. "I'd like to take this one. So what kind of meat did he have that earned him a medallion?" She says, "Not that kind of meat. Swim meat. He was on the swim team. Get your mind out of the gutter."
Awesome. Hey, do we have some feedback?
Oh, yeah. I see you remembered the password.
I did remember the password. Holy cow.
It's like I said, sign in from Montreal. I'm like, oh.
It's pretty easy to remember. Robin is the best. So, whoops. Sorry, let me go change that. I'm gonna say Illyrio is the blurst. Stupid monkey.
Oops, sorry.
We have an email from Fry. Greetings from 2014. How's 2015 or 16 or 17? This is literally a message from May 27, 2014. Anyway, hey Skarg. Haha, joke's on you. Angel is back, and this episode is meh. I like the Holtz backstory, and the twist at the end was awesome. Who do you think the dad is? I like the concept of the episode, but I feel it's executed poorly. We don't know this vampire and his girlfriend, and I don't like that they try to act like they've been here the whole time.
Nikki and Pablo.
Fred joined the opening credits, and Lauren didn't. Does that seem right to you? Does Kim like Fred more than she did in the Pylea arc? Overall, not my favorite. 4 out of 10 evil monks. Kim?
Did I what?
Do you like Fred more now than you did in the Pylea arc?
Not really. I'm very indifferent toward her. Because I'm like, oh, she's part of the show now, I guess.
She's got to earn Kim's trust.
She has to.
Heidi writes, hey, Scar, Rax, Arcs, which do you prefer?
I like Rax after
Rax?
Cordy.
No, Robin, that was the wrong thing to say. I think Scar is awesome because then we can kill Mustafa. I'm so excited to be watching Angel again. Right away, you see why we said the crossovers would get fewer and farther between. They won't even say the B word. You mean Bitka? She means Bitka, doesn't she?
Bitka.
I am
What's
beyond excited to hear the new version of your theme song for the new season. Why did Gunn get a shrunken head? That was a strange gift. No, it's because of my quote is why he got a shrunken head.
Ah.
That was a strange
are we doing
gift.
quotes for this show, too?
Of course.
So why not?
And you're going to steal my quote, Illyrio.
No, you're not. I mean, no,
right.
I'm not. It's just my quote. What do you get for the man who has not much of anything, actually? That's true. Gunn doesn't really have anything. And Angel brings him a shrunken head. That vision was pretty bad.
Gunn's got hoodies and sharp sticks.
Cordy didn't seem to bounce back very quickly after that one, but Phantom Dennis takes good care of her. James and Elizabeth seem to be the Spike and Drusilla replacements, since Spike is on that other show. Lauren's singing makes me happy. Cordy has the right idea.
Lauren.
It is when you're home alone that you get kidnapped, although not in this case. Poor Fred. She'll probably never come out again. So Angel and Cordy escape through the sewers and leave Fred alone in the hotel. I mean, I guess James can't get in her room and he's going to follow them, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a good idea.
Fred's safe. Cordy should have went in that room.
Safe. So Darla's back and she's put on a few pounds.
Ouch, Heidi.
Until next time, Heidi. Thank you, Heidi. That was great. I love it.
You want me to take one?
Yeah, take Ian.
Ian! Ian says, hello all. it's great to have you back watching Angel. It's also great to see Angel again. I've missed watching along with you, although I've seen it all before. And I've missed how the tone is different to Buffy, despite being in the same universe. The main plot of the episode deals with the fallout from Buffy's death and how Angel is dealing with it, giving us a parallel with James. But I'm more concerned with getting to know our core team again. While we don't see much of Wes or Gunn, it does feel like they're even closer as friends now. Lorne has his bar up and running again, too. Yeah, side note, how did they get Angel's car out of Caritas?
I don't know, they hired someone.
Anyway, that brings me to Cordy, who is more empathetic than she seemed to be at the end of season 2. Her visions, though, look to be getting worse. It used to be that she'd get a short headache right after them. Now, though, she seems to be on pain meds. At least she has the phantom dentist to take care of her. And Angel, well, he should have gone to Vegas. I haven't forgotten about Fred, but she isn't really part of the team. Kim doesn't even like her. No, I added that.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
She's back from Pylea, but still slowly recovering, as you would after 5 years in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that, or start wearing a green hood and filling people with arrows. At the moment, Fred now seems a lot like Willow with a little bit of River thrown in. Amy Acker is a great actor in her own right and will make this role her own. Spoilers, Ian. Oh, and surprise, it's Darla, and is she pregnant? Thanks, Ian. Thank you, Ian.
Thank you, Ian. Let's see. Tomas. So first things first, I guess there's no more GAC-SCARG acronyms, so what do we call you guys now? CARS? ARCs? I think I speak for everyone when I say, Kelly Jo, your help is needed. Anyway, what's up, people? I actually haven't had a chance to rewatch this episode. I'm mostly just sending this because I'm a terrible listener who failed to send feedback for Chosen. So I just wanted to congratulate you guys on that and tell you how friggin' awesome you are for sticking with this crazy thing the whole way through. We all love and appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Tomas. I'm afraid to actually write anything about this episode because I'm afraid I'm going to mention something from the wrong episode. It's been a while.
Sounds like stuff.
I feel the same way.
I seem to recall the subway fight being really awesome, so that's one comment that actually fits here. At least, you're welcome. I'll try to send some actually relevant feedback next time. I hope you guys have fun on your first day back in LA. Talk to you later. Peace.
Bye.
I imagine that's how Tomas says peace. That's the end of the message.
Peace.
Okay, did you see the one from Fry?
Yeah, we read it at the beginning.
Yeah, right at the beginning.
Oh, where was I? Okay.
I don't know.
You're on your phone. It dingleberried a couple times.
Hello.
Oh,
Ew.
Ray,
That's
right? I want to start off by saying that I really love Angel Season 3 for the most part. That said, this isn't a great season opener. I just don't find James to be very interesting, and I don't much care about him losing the love of his life. Angel spent the time between seasons mourning Buffy's death away from LA, and after Fred returned with the gang from Pylea, she has spent most of the 3 months in her room, barely ever leaving it. She is suffering from some sort of PTSD from her 5 years spent in Pylea. That or she's just a straight-up crazy person. But again, the main storyline with James falls flat for me. I get what the writers are trying to do. They're trying to make a clean break from Buffy. This is the first Angel episode after Buffy switched networks. So they're trying to make it so that Angel fully moves on from the thought of Buffy as the love of his life. That will allow both the character and the show to move on from Buffy.
Okay, sorry to backtrack a little bit, but Fred used to be a librarian, right?
Yeah.
So why don't they and our guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why don't they surround her with books to make her feel comfortable and, maybe unlock a couple memories? Well, and it is also just one episode. But I'm
no, like, it's not one episode. It's 3 months of her being a shut-in and them not even trying to get her some therapy.
Yeah, Last time I opened up a book, I got thrown through a portal. Get those away from me.
Robin. I don't want to see another book as long as I live. Let me write on these walls. These walls won't open up. And
I'm just going to watch TV. I don't like books anymore.
Morty, you got to come with me.
Anyways.
They're trying to parallel the James Elizabeth love story to Angel Buffy one, but I just don't think it works.
It doesn't.
I get the idea, but I just don't like the execution. The most interesting part of this episode is the cliffhanger ending. Darla is preggers? How is that possible? I guess we'll find out. Angel Season 3 is a great ride, and I can't wait to see what you guys think as it progresses. It's good to have Redemption Cast back!
Yay!
Ray, I am with you.
Thank you.
Can you just hit refresh?
I was just so happy watching Angel.
No other
I was like,
messages?
yes!
Awesome. Hey, everyone, thanks for your feedback. That's really awesome. Do we have any more points, or do we want to rate?
Let me take a quick scan. I've just highlighted things, so if I... Cordy sticking your tongue out. Angel's the same as Darla.
I think we covered it all.
The Equalizer. I think so, yeah. Go ahead.
I really enjoyed this episode.
Yay!
I didn't like Nikki and Paolo very much. And I thought that Paolo's doctor was an asshole. But I think it's worth a 7. 7 out of 10. Adios míos!
7, okay.
I enjoyed it. We're back. That's all I have to say. We're back. We're watching some good TV again. I enjoyed it immensely. A few little scenes where I was just like, chuckle for the SOD purposes, but I'm like, that's what we love about it. I kind of echo Illyrio's 7. I'm glad that we're back, but I know that we're gearing up for more. Maybe 7.5 for the great reveal at the end, because that was like a jaw-dropping moment where I was just like, what the hell?
Angel is great for that. I just love those. Even Buffy, too.
Good. So I'm going to give it 7.5 crutches out of 10.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I give it so. I mean, there's lots of action, and the jokes were like punched up. The dialogue was real funny at the beginning, but David Greenwald is a little corny. and yeah, I feel the same about James and Elizabeth. I don't care about them, and I do see what they're trying to do, making the connection between how Angel feels about Buffy and how James feels about Elizabeth, but I don't care. So yeah, 7 out of 10. Major baby bumps.
Major.
Major.
And as for myself, I just have to temper my excitement just to be covering Angel again, because there's actually a lot more, much better episodes ahead. Yeah, the James and Elizabeth are kind of lame, but man, it's just good to see everybody again, and I can't wait to spend more time with them. Actually, I did a whole rewatch a few months ago just to get it, because I was so excited. So it's all fresh in my head, and I can't wait to talk about it all. But yeah, I'm with you guys. I give it a 7.5 out of 10 sponge baths.
Nice.
And
loofah,
so, yeah,
okay.
7.25. Whatever, loofah baths. Doesn't sound as good.
Exfoliations.
Hey, folks, that's what we thought about the episode. You can let us know what you think via email at
RedemptionCast@gmail.com.
You can follow us on the Twitter. We're at RedemptionCast. You can go to redemptioncast.blogspot.com, and our phone number expired. So, yeah.
Yep. Nobody called it anyway.
Yeah.
Paul Mackey, maybe?
Does the other one still work?
What, the Buffy one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 27040 B word.
Yeah.
Bitka?
Bitka. No, Buffy. Yeah, you call us on there. I'll have to check the other email address.
Yeah.
Bori Bombori, and I'm going to go first because,
Wait. Should I just make that announcement about the guest stuff right now?
Oh, yeah. Hey, folks, have you ever wanted to be a guest on Redemption Cast? Well, now's your lucky day. For the low, low price of $500. No, Robin, you have details?
Yes. I believe Ian was one of the first people to really message and say, hey, I want to...
Let's be clear, Matt Humphrey.
Oh, Matt Humphrey.
The earliest person who was really hoping we'd do guests when we were originally doing this podcast.
That's true.
So Matt did it a little bit earlier than Ian, but I recognize Ian's enthusiasm and impetus for what you're about to say. Can you tell them just what a delay this announcement? Like a lot. I'm being such a tease.
All right. Here's the deal. We're gonna have guests. We have an empty chair. We want you to fill it. What we want you to do is just wait patiently until I finally get around to tell you how to sign up. And that's probably going to be right about now. So do you have Facebook? Have you joined our Facebook group? What was it? Facebook.com/group/PotentialCast, right?
PotentialCast, yeah.
Yeah. You got to be a part of that group. I mean, before we're just exclusive podcasts that didn't have guests. Now we're an exclusive podcast, and if you want a guest, you're going to have to be in that Facebook group. Because after this episode is released, what's going to happen is randomly I'm going to post, and I'm only saying random because it's going to be like I'm going to notice that the episode's been posted, and I'm like, oh, I should.
Yeah, I'm not even going to email Robin to let him know. I'm just going to let him discover it's posted by himself.
So at a certain time after the episode is posted, I'm going to make a post of my own on there and say, get your season 3 episodes. Yeah. And it's only going to be season 3. What you're going to do is you're going to open this thread. You're going to look at whoever's posted on there before you. You're going to go, oh, that episode's taken, damn it. Oh, that episode's taken, damn it. And then you're going to post what episode you want that hasn't been taken. Now, just post 2 episode titles. One is the episode you want that hasn't already been taken, and the episode that you want to be a backup on. So 2 episode titles. And the big part of this is you got to be available when we're ready to record, and you might have like 6 hours notice, but hopefully not. Hopefully, you'll know a few days ahead of time. Usually
we may change. The schedule may change many times.
Yeah, you may be looking forward to it all week, and all of a sudden, boom, it's now not happening. And
yes, we are the worst.
We are.
And I'm sorry, we're just not going to be responsible for like switching out episodes. If you want to trade with somebody who's already got an episode, maybe you can work that out. I really don't want to be responsible for all that, though.
No.
Because it's bad enough trying to get all 4 of us on Google Hangouts at a time. So. But we want you on. We want to hear your thoughts, guys.
Yeah.
We do.
So that's it. Yeah. So after the episode is posted, remember, only season 3 episodes. And please don't be like, I really want to be on this one because Angel catches on fire, or don't say
what?
Episode titles. Episode title you want, and then backup episode. And I'll know what you mean.
Awesome.
Yeah. We don't need your reasons until you record the episode.
Yeah, thank you. Great idea.
So.
Awesome. Thank you, Robin. Quote time, and I'm going to go first.
Bastard.
Thanks for the head, bro. And that's why Gunn got a shrunken head. For that 80-yard line.
Was it 80-yard? Was it like, they decided...
It sounded really 80-yard, and he wasn't on screen. So clearly they thought of that in post, and he probably begrudgingly came in and did it.
Later, dudes. Going to the hatch.
I don't think... What?
No, that wasn't actually...
That wasn't on the episode. Kim, what's your quote?
I was talking about ADR. Anyways,
I know you were.
Oh.
like what? He doesn't need a lap dance. He needs some peace and quiet to work through his thoughts. Cut to Angel punching a bunch of monks.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
So good.
Because that's how Angel works through things.
I appreciate your courage, but I don't want to see you get hurt. I don't either. I go home, you'll come after me because I'm home alone. That's what they do. They come after you when you're alone. Oh, sure, Courtney, go home, be a hostage with the torture and the fear and the torture.
I'm Cordelia. I don't think I know, okay?
Love it.
Or did the Amara people make cufflinks or belt buckles?
That's right. Great Gem of Amara callback.
Mm-hmm.
That was hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid ring.
Oh, we're
Well,
gonna
hey.
see Harmony again. That'd be great.
That would be awesome. Well, that was good. That was awesome.
Yeah,
We're back.
We're back. Yeah.
Let's give him a row. What do you say? I'm jealous. I'd say you're an idiot, but I'd just be repeating myself.
Just as
terrible.
Good.
The thing
Just
is,
as good.
I've been playing lots of Hearthstone, and there's a little bit of that guy. Oh, pull up a chair, warm your feet by the fire. I'm like, is that Angelus? Oh man, very funny. Cool. Sorry, I kind of started outroing the show over your quote, Robin. I apologize.
Oh, please, outro away.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. Kim, thank you for staying awake. You are
I know. I'm surprised.
We will be publishing this ASAP, and we will be back later with potentially a guest. I mean, redemptionally a guest. All the puns have to change. Until hey, what's on the slate for next time? That's what I'm supposed to say.
Oh, yeah. On the podcast next time, Season 3, Episode 2, That Vision Thing. What do you guys think that's about?
It's a Cordy-centric
Cordelia?
episode, and we're going to get flashbacks, and we're going to find out. Wait, no.
Wrong. It's an Avengers solo episode. Vision jumps onto the podcast. And
I finally watched that movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I had to watch it again because I was nodding off in the theater.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, what movie?
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Oh.
I watched Spectre in IMAX on opening night.
I just watched Spectre the other night. I love it.
It was really awesome. As soon as spoiler alert, as soon as he landed on that couch, I knew exactly what kind of movie I was about to watch, and I loved all of it.
Exactly.
People, a little long in the end, but that's what she said.
Oh!
We're back.
Yeah.
And
They're
on
usually
that note,
all long.
Oh, trust me, I've watched every freaking James Bond movie since February. They're so long.
Yeah. I'm going to see it Friday.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
Oh, we're leaving. Bye.
bye, guys.
See ya.
Glad to be back.
Bye, everybody. Goodbye.
Oh, my gosh.